Hello, my name is Hornung, and I'm a photographer. I've been doing photography since about 1958. Started up in New York City doing freelance photography for the daily newspapers up there. Also in New York City and Westchester. Many of the papers you might remember: New York Herald Tribune, Daily News, the Daily Mirror, the Reporter Dispatch in Westchester, the Herald Statesman in Yonkers. And I'm in Florida, been here since about 1979, and I've been enjoying doing photography and doing video production. And if you enjoy my videos, if you care to make a donation to help defray some of the expenses, you could send a remittance to Norman Hornung, 2890 Juarez Avenue, St. Augustine, Florida, 32086. Also, you'll find a lot of my photographs online. You can order them, and many of them are free. You can just take them right off the internet. Thanks, and enjoy my videos. This is the entrance to Mission El Nombre de Dios. It's a shrine of La Leche. This is the original landing site of Ponce De Leon in 1513, and then 52 years later, in 1565, Don Pedro Menendez de Aviles came back to the same site. This is a historical marker placed here by the state of Florida, and this is commemorative. It just reinforces the information that was about the site, and it's just outside of the mission grounds. The big cross in the distance is a stainless steel cross. It was planted here 400 years after the landing, and commemorative of the original landing site of Don Pedro Menendez de Aviles and his settlers. They set up the first Christian altar and had the first Christian mass in the New World on this very site. And this is some of the mission grounds. There's a Prince of Peace church over here, and they have a gift shop right next door to it. This is on historic San Marco Avenue. And this is downtown St. Augustine, and we're going to pan around so you get an idea. The mission grounds are very beautiful, very well maintained, and there's no admission charge. Okay, again we're on the site of the church, and we're right in front of the cross, and we're also directly in front of the gift shop. And this is the gift shop over here. And when you go inside, they have a movie. It's about 12 minutes long, and we'll get some pictures inside also. Okay, we're now inside the gift shop, and through that entranceway there they have about a 12-minute movie. And this is the shop, and also many of the artifacts from different theological and different church activities. I'm going to shoot some of this in here. Now, see outer casket from the coffin of Don Pedro Menendez de Aviles, and this has been here for hundreds of years. And this is some of the artifacts and stuff in here, and a lot of information and a lot of plaques and displays. A lot of historic documents about the church and the founding of St. Augustine and the landing here. Very interesting place to land and visit. This is a close-up of the coffin, or sarcophagus actually, and this is on permanent display. It's been here for a long time. This is a memorial for Father Francisco Lopez de Mendoza Graulis. He was a chaplain, and he was a priest on the landing group that first settled the site over here in St. Augustine. And this is the statue in commemoration of him. This is a broader perspective, and this is showing the exact location of the cross. And it's amazing to think that 53 years after the first landing in 1513, Pedro Menendez the Aviles was able to find the exact landing site of Ponce De Leon 52 years earlier. And this was all wooded and jungle at the time. And it was primarily Indian settlers all around here. We're going to go visit some of the other sites over here. This is the site of the first Mass said in the New World on September 8th, 1565. This is the original spot where the first Catholic Mass in the New World was said. And it's very well reproduced and preserved. And there's a depiction of the... I'm afraid we just can't get the... here we go. This tells all about the altar and the historic scene of the time. And it's the grounds of this mission, Nombre de Dios. Nestled in the trees is a church. It's hard to see it, it's in the trees right there. We'll be going there in a few seconds. This is a chapel, and this is the fourth one here, so there's been a number before. There we can see some of the inside. We won't go inside because when you come here, you want to go in yourself. Now here's another view. You can actually see inside. There's Our Lady of La Leche. That commemorates motherhood. And if we look off to the side over there, again we can't see the altar, but it's directly behind these trees over here. That's where the altar is, nestled in the trees. And if we go completely in a circle panoramically, we can see such beautiful grounds. And there's a statue of St. Francis of Assisi. It's commemorating him. And his time was from 1181 till 1226. And you can see a statue in. Now, directly behind that is a shrine shop. That's one of two gift shops on the property. Also, if we go around, we have a cemetery. We have many members of the church and early settlers that were buried over here. And if you go, there's a bridge across there that walks back to the other Prince of Peace Church and a gift shop. This over here is just some of the burial ground. It's nestled in the trees directly across the other side of the bridge. And these are the sisters of St. Joseph that came here following the Civil War to teach the liberated slaves. And interred right over here are 6 members of their congregation. Very tranquil and historic site. This is Magnolia Avenue in St. Augustine. It's supposed to be one of the prettiest streets in America. The street is lined for about a half a mile, all moss lines overhanging the street. It is such a tranquil and pretty place to look and visualize. Right off Magnolia Avenue is the entrance to the Fountain of Youth. This is an archaeological site, and it's an attraction. It's purportedly one of the sites that Ponce De Leon came to look for the Fountain of Youth. This is the site of the old jail. It's a historic attraction, believe it or not. It was actually the St. Johns County Jail, and after it got a little old, it became a tourist attraction. A gentleman named Slim McDaniels bought this. He sat there. It was a small attraction at the time, and it was a very big tourist attraction. He sent wagons all over the United States. They went to every shopping center, every major city, and they would talk about St. Augustine, and he had a wagon that had the electric chair in there, and he would talk about and discuss it, tell people about the old jail in historic St. Augustine, Florida. And it's now a major tourist attraction in St. Augustine. And also they have sightseeing trains. They have red trains and they have green trains. The green trains are owned by the old jail, and they have sightseeing tours. And right across the street is a place called the Red Trains, and they too have sightseeing tours. And they sort of compete with each other, I guess on a somewhat friendly, most of the time at least. And it's on San Marco Avenue, and this is downtown St. Augustine. And there'll be one more pass and let you see the buildings and the stuff at the old jail. There's a bunch of shops and a whole bunch of stuff to see and do over here. That's the old jail in St. Augustine, Florida. There's a closer in view of the old jail. And here's Gator Bob's Cracker Trading Post and old St. Augustine History Museum. Then the actual old jail is right over here. And this is open for tours, and they take you right through the old jail and show you all the stuff and facilities and all the history. And there's the sightseeing trains. That's where they depart from. There's the red trains and the green trains. The green trains belong to the old jail. The red trains belong to somebody else. And this is an attraction right here. And here comes one of their old trolley tours. You can just get on one of these things and ride around town. They have stops all over the town and drop off and visit. Not 2 blocks away from the old jail on San Marco Avenue, like every major city, St. Augustine has its own carousel. It's located in Davenport Park, which is right on San Marco Avenue, corner of May Street. Now May Street is called May Street because if you're on that street with the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, you may be speeding and you will get a ticket. But if you came to the carousel, you're not going to get a ticket for speeding here. And it's right next to the St. Johns County Public Library, which is just behind the trees over there. So St. Augustine has a little bit of everything for everyone.